Hello, I'm live. I'm not sure if I'll have anybody on here today. I've never been live before. We're going to do tarot readings for the astrological signs. So what we'll do is start off right away. Like I said, I'm not going to wait for people because I don't know who will show up on the live. What we're going to do is a 3-card reading for each astrological symbol. So first off, we're going to go with Aries. So if you're an Aries, then this is definitely your reading. Now it's telling me to swipe to the left, and I don't know why. So this is for Aries. So we're going to do a 3-card reading. We're wondering what anybody with this astrological symbol should know. Anything we should be paying attention to. So what I usually do is let the cards fall. And we'll usually get 3. Okay, so we're looking for one more. Okay, so this is actually an oracle deck that I created myself. And the cards that came up for you, Aries, we have this card is what I drew for feeling stagnant. So you're feeling like you're stuck in something. I also see that there's a thorn. Now the thorn represents somebody like a prick to your side. So not necessarily somebody hurting you, but somebody kind of being snide with you. And then what we have is the mirror. Now the mirror signifies that you should be viewing yourself as others view you, which is as a wonderful person. So if you're feeling stagnant, I think it's that you just need to give yourself a little more confidence. I know it's hard to say. Just know that you're okay, and that you want to see yourself as others view you. So that's for Aries. So now we're going to move on to Taurus. We are in Taurus season right now. So we're going to read a reading for Taurus, and we want to know what, whoever is of this sign, what are some things that we really want to pay attention to this week? Now, I did get a balance card come out, and we're going to see if that comes back. I have 2 cards here, and we're going to go for a 3rd. The cat loves it when I do my tarot, so he might show up periodically. Okay, so Taurus. I did not get the balance card back. What I did get, I'm sorry, come on, buddy. So I got the 3 cards. This is for Taurus. My first card is a honeybee. Honeybees work very hard. The second card I had was actually a whip, which sometimes can indicate some sort of abuse. It can indicate an actual assault, or it can even indicate some kind of mental anguish. But then after that, I received the ring. So it could be that you're having a little bit of trouble right now in a union. It doesn't have to be your marriage. It could be in a union, and this little honeybee is going to be working really hard to keep that union together. But there is a little bit of a quarrel, argument. So I think you'll have to decide yourself if that's worth working through. But I think you'll also know exactly what I mean with these 3 cards. So we're going to shuffle now for Gemini. We're coming into Gemini season soon. And I'm going to take these back. So these cards are for anybody who is a Gemini. Then this reading is for you, and we just want to know what you want to pay attention to. Maybe just this week, maybe this month, something that the cards want you to know. So for Gemini, I have here that there are some new beginnings that are going to happen. So the acorn is this signifies a new beginning, a new start. The acorn can grow a tree. but there's going to be a bit of a hurdle. So this mountain that you have to climb, you're going to get over it, but it's just going to be a bit of a hurdle. So there's going to be some kind of new beginning, but it's not going to be without hard work. And with this new beginning, you might have an argument with somebody over it. Somebody might not be wanting you to move on. Somebody might not be wanting you to move forward. So that is that reading for the Geminis. Now we're going to go on to Cancer. I hope I'm not going too fast. Like I said, this is my first live ever, and I feel kind of awkward. But anyways, we're going to go on to Cancer. And what do the Cancers need to focus on this week, this month? What are some messages for Cancer? The Thorn came up again. So there will be a prick to your side. It won't be anything too harming to you. It might be like a bite, like a mean word that somebody's saying to you. I have chakra cards built into this oracle. The heart chakra is coming up, and it also says stop. So I'm thinking that somebody's going to possibly hurt your feelings over the next week. So now we're going to move on to Leo. And what the Leos need to know. We're going to do our 3-card reading for Leo. And those just flew right out. So I have here a fish, which indicates an abundance. Now what the abundance is going to be the cards that are associated with it. So this is a continuous cycle that is not ending, and it's not a good cycle. And it's funny because it comes with a cycle. So it's a very powerful reading. This is also a very spiritual card. The spiral is very spiritual. So you want to turn your spiral that you're kind of like spiraling downward around and around and around, and get your grips on that. So take these arrows away and it'll make a lot more sense. And the abundance is going to be when you get rid of this. We have a Virgos coming up. So we're going to see what we need to know for the Virgos. What would we like to know over the next week, over the next month? Any news, anything to look out for, anything to look forward to? Okay, we have another stagnant card. And we have a mountain. So you're feeling stuck right now. You're feeling lost. And you know that in order to get better, it's almost like there's a big mountain ahead of you. And sometimes it's not really, you don't feel like it's worth the struggle. But what else came up with this is the root chakra. So I just want you to look up root chakra. That's your base chakra. And that needs to be healed. So you really would want to work on this first. Then you won't feel as stagnant, and then this mountain won't be a mountain anymore. Will be what, a molehill? So here we go for Libra. So here's a 3-card reading for our Libras. What we need to know over the next few weeks. Next week. Okay. I got my 3 cards. Okay, so if I could just say this in a fun way, don't be late to the party. So I have a caution, I have time, and a margarita glass. So it's just letting you know that maybe if you have a gathering coming up, maybe leave a little bit early. So we're going on to Scorpio. I think I had a couple people in here, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can watch this later either. So, Scorpios, what do we want to know this week, next week? What messages do we have for our Scorpios that are watching this live or that will benefit from this live? One more card to come. Okay, so for the Scorpios, we have the honeybee coming up again. We have a turtle, and we have my self-love card. So you're working too hard. You need to stop and slow down and smell the roses or the flowers. You just need to take a little break. And self-care is needed. Self-care can be anything from reading a book to going to a spa to meditation, anything like that. So that was for the Scorpios. Now we're going to go on to Sagittarius. I don't know many Sagittarius. So what they need to know this week, this month, anything coming up, any warnings, anything to look forward to. Sometimes the cards will take a little while to shuffle. Okay, we've had quite a few cards come up the same, which is funny because there's 70 cards in this deck. So this one here is showing a little bit of depression. This worker card's coming up. I'd say it came up for maybe 4 of the readings so far. This is a hard-working bee, and this here is a cloud of depression. Now, with time, you need to give it time, and then things will be okay, but you're going to have to work on things. So you might have to go talk to somebody. You might have to go program something like that. If you have any other questions too, you can put them down at the bottom. So Capricorn. What we're doing now is a reading for the Capricorns. So if you're a Capricorn, then this reading is for you. We're wondering a 3-card reading on what you should be focusing on this week, what you should be paying attention to, any messages there are for you. Okay. We have another stop and smell the flowers, slow down. And this week, you will have an abundance of happiness. So that was a nice reading there. That was probably the most reading. So now we're going on to Aquarius. We only have Aquarius and Pisces left. What do the Aquarius people need to know? What are some of the things that we should be focusing on this week, this month? Are there any messages? Anything? What's this card? Here we go. Okay. So Aquarius, this is my nostalgia card. Okay. This is my card for grounding yourself. I don't know what this is yet. This is another honeybee. This honeybee is coming up. I don't know if it's because it's my first live, but this honeybee is coming up so often. But what you're going to want to do is, the tree has roots that go all the way down. So you're going to want to ground yourself. There's actually YouTube videos on how to do that. There's actually a tree meditation. And you know, you visualize yourself as the tree and the roots, and you feel the sun and all that. It's kind of neat. And also nostalgia. So you've been thinking of something from your past, or maybe you should tune back into that inner child, okay? And then there's that little honeybee. So the honeybee is just showing you that you're going to have to work on, I'd say, mostly that grounding, because that might be kind of hard to do at first, but even if you go barefoot outside, sorry, I don't know what happened. My phone went to low power. So now we have one left, and it is for Pisces. Like I said, if you're just joining now, this is my very first live. I've never done this before. I've read cards for very long. I'm a Reiki healer, master. I do mostly animals. with my Reiki. But for tarot, I mostly read people. I can read animals also. But yes, this is the Pisces reading. This is the last reading of the live. Wait till you see the artwork on this one. And you know what? We have... Okay. So, there's going to be a new bright idea. Okay? So you're going to have a bright idea. This is the symbol for a loyal friend. So that idea might have to do with your friend. It might have to be about your friend. And then we have this card here, which is my card for the fact that spirit and your own intuition is what you have to tune into. So you don't have to look to others for answers. Your own intuition is something you can tune yourself into. So, and that's probably where you're going to get your bright idea, or perhaps that friend is going to help you with it. The turtle also came flying out. So always just take a little break, smell the flowers. The turtle and the honeybee came out quite a few times in this live. I'm not sure how to end this live. I don't know which buttons to press. But if you logged on or if you're on here, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate it. You could message me. I'll give you I do pendulum readings, and I don't charge people for stuff. Yeah, just let me know. And it was awesome doing this live. And yeah, so how do we end it, guys? What do we do? End now. Thank you.